All right, today we're diving into a source that makes a really compelling case for a business opportunity in Kenya, and it's probably not what you're thinking. Let's get right into it.
The source kicks things off with this really powerful idea. We're all trained to look for big opportunities in like boardrooms or fancy offices, right? But what if the real money is somewhere else?
Yeah, you heard that right. We're talking about Dorper sheep. According to the material we're looking at today, this one animal is turning into a serious income generator for smart farmers all over Kenya.
So that brings us to our first section here, an unlikely opportunity. I mean, this is really a story about finding huge potential where most people just aren't looking. Okay, get ready for this number, because it's a big one. The source claims that a medium-sized farm can pull in 120,000 Kenyan shillings per month. I mean, that's not just a side hustle, that's life-changing money. So the big question is, how on earth is that possible?
Well, the secret sauce, according to this source, is a really simple but powerful formula. It's all about speed. Dorpers are basically a fast turnover business. The lambs are ready in just 6 or 7 months, and the ewes, they can have twins twice a year. It's like the whole system is built for making money fast.
Okay, so how does that speed turn into what the source calls a cash flow machine? Let's actually break down the business model and see how it works.
The whole path from just a small flock to a real income is actually pretty straightforward. You start small, right? Just 25 ewes and 1 ram. In about 8 months, that small flock can produce anywhere from 25 to 40 lambs. The model then says, sell about 10 of those lambs a month, and boom, there's your consistent income. It's a really clear step-by-step plan.
And check this out, it's not just about selling the lambs for meat. You've got multiple ways to make money here. Mature rams sell for a lot more, and if you have really good quality breeding stock, you could be looking at up to 50,000 shillings. So you get this nice mix of steady cash every month, plus these bigger payouts every now and then.
So you might be asking, why Dorper sheep? Why this specific breed? Well, the source makes a pretty bold claim, that they're basically Kenya's perfect sheep. And it all boils down to one huge strategic advantage. And this comparison really tells the whole story. Dorpers aren't just another choice, it feels like they were tailor-made for the conditions in Kenya. They do great in the heat, in dry areas, places where other animals really struggle. They don't need a ton of food or space, and they're pretty tough against diseases. What does it all mean? Lower risk and lower cost for the farmer. That's huge.
I just love this line from the source. It's so poetic, right? The same sun that burns their crops feeds their sheep business. It just perfectly sums up how these sheep can take a major challenge, that intense sun, and turn it into a real business advantage. It's a totally different way of looking at things.
Okay, so you got this great animal, but you need someone to sell it to, right? A product is nothing without a market. But here's the thing. According to this source, with Dorper sheep, finding a buyer is pretty much the easiest part of the job. And look at who's buying. The demand is huge, and it's coming from everywhere. You've got local butcheries, hotels, restaurants, all needing good quality meat. Then you've got other farmers who are just starting out and need to buy breeding stock. It's not just a simple market. It's a whole ecosystem built around this one animal.
And this is the kicker. The source says the demand is so high that brokers are literally showing up at the farm gate to buy the sheep. The whole situation is flipped on its head. You're not out there chasing customers. The customers are chasing you.
So, the opportunity is massive, we get that. But what does it actually take to pull it off? This next part is all about the success blueprint. What separates the people who make it work from those who don't? Which, leads to a really important question. If the opportunity is this big, why do some farmers knock it out of the park while others don't? The answer isn't about luck. It's about 2 things: strategy and discipline. It all starts with choosing high-quality breeding stock from the get-go. Then it's about the boring but essential stuff: vaccinating on schedule, deworming, rotating their grazing spots to keep them healthy, and keeping good records. And maybe the most important part? Scaling up slowly and steadily, not trying to get rich overnight. These are the real, practical steps that turn a good idea into actual profit.
So what does it actually take to get started, to have that breakthrough moment? The source argues you don't need a ton of money or a giant piece of land. The barrier to entry seems surprisingly low. It's really about starting smart, getting the basics right: a few sheep, a simple shed, a plan for grazing, and then, of course, having the commitment to actually stick with it.
And the source leaves us with this final, pretty provocative question. It's basically a direct challenge. It's meant to make you think, not just about the information, but about the possibility. It asks, if other people are doing this, what's really stopping you?
Okay, before we wrap this up, there's one last little bit of info in the source material for anyone who's interested in learning even more about agribusiness.
It mentions a 22-day training on profitable vegetable farming, all done through a WhatsApp group, starting on November 19th, 2025. So, whether it's sheep or, vegetables, the big takeaway from our source today is pretty clear. Sometimes the most incredible opportunities are hiding in plain sight. Thanks for tuning in.